Pittsburgh Steelers fans, Cleveland Brown, Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, AFC North fans of Steel Curtain Network and the Know It Alls Network, frustrated Chicago sports fan running through the jungle, wherever you might be seeing us on this Friday night. It's another episode of The Homies. Myself and Pay here this evening. B. Dirt had some stuff going on, couldn't join us. So we here to fulfill our obligations as AFC North podcasters on this show. Here to talk about some AFC North news, some other NFL news, and whatever else that we get talked about in the next 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm here with Pay, obviously. Pay, what's up, man? How you doing this Friday evening?
I mean, the first thing is should we call the show The Homies this week? It's really just family. Because what's up? B Dirt is out again. That man got more PTO than I've ever seen in history.
In fairness to B Dirt, he did submit it yesterday. which prompted you a reminder to put yours in for next Friday.
I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this one in, man, because the way B Dirt be moving, like, I don't want that to trickle down.
Yeah, man. I even reached out to old Tim about filling in for B Dirt, and Tim, shout out to his in-laws, their 50th anniversary this week, man. He couldn't make it because of that. And yeah, definitely 50 years, long time, man. Obviously, well, not long as me, but damn, almost. But yeah, man. So we're here to get into the topic tonight. We're gonna talk about the AFC North, and then with the draft coming up, the combine. Check out the Know It Alls this Sunday. We're gonna have our Know It Alls combine preview show. Be sure to tap in and check that out. Sunday at 6. The combine starts Monday. I'm sure y'all got some combine coverage over there. Pay on Frustrated Chicago. What y'all got going on, man?
About the same thing. We're gonna we'll try to narrow it down this year. The Bears are not picking at the top of the draft for once. So
you got to do more work then. You got to get in deeper in your bag.
When you pick it at the top, you like, man, what about this guy? What about that guy? You can be all over the place. Now it's more so drilled down. So it's like, we're going to pay attention to about the 5 or so guys that may come available to the Bears in their first couple of picks. So I feel it's less work, but yeah, that'll be coming out. We're gonna dig into that.
I feel like when you pick it in the top 10, like you got probably 10 really, really good players. You know, I mean, even when you're picked in the top 10, you will pick a great player that's not even in a position to need because it's a great player. So I feel like in the top 10, you're more grading the player based off overall board. Then as you go down the draft, you're looking at who's available for the best position, who's best at the position you need. It's the different layers to it. So I feel like you got to know more about more people. Because, like, if you're picking at 10, then you don't got to worry about who the 24th guy is. You know what I mean? You got to worry about who if you're picking at 10, who the 34th guy is. You know what I mean? So I just look at it like that. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But the way I look at it is, all right, this is who I like. This is who I want. And this is who we're probably going to get. And then you got to get all those, the guys I like is probably like 2 or 3 guys. No Diddy. And then it's going to be the guys who all the mocks are putting us towards, those 2 or 3 guys. Then it's, some more like, what if this team does this type of goofy shit? And then it messes up the whole draft. You got to prepare for, this person coming around. So you end up, I remember last season, we ended up doing a lot of.
Where'd you guys pick last season? I don't remember.
10.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I said top 10. Okay. And what happened?
Actually, was it 10 or 9? I think it was 9. Coast and Loveland.
Tied in, yeah.
And
everybody thought you guys were going to take Warren from Penn State.
At no point did I think the Bears were going towards Warren or an offensive player. I thought the Bears were definitely going to get old boy James Pierce, who the Falcons got. I think they was either going to get him or Mimbu. So when they
Mimbu's a tackle out of Missouri, right?
Yeah. Okay. And dodged the bullet there.
Who, Pierce or Mimbu?
Membu. I'm not Membu, but Pierce. His career might be over. But
he got hurt?
No. You know, if it is, the NFL player's favorite thing to do in the offseason, get locked up.
Okay, I don't know. I probably heard about that. I mean, I'm not aware of it right now. To talk
it's okay, man. It's we're at this point we're desensitized to domestic violence from NFL players. It's just another day. It's another Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, but so what was who did something dumb or like what happened at the draft last year?
So with the draft, was it? It wasn't the Falcons that messed up. It was actually I thought the Bears had. The Bears was the first when it took Colston Loveland, but
and my only thing with the Bears was I felt like they're going to take Warren. So when they took Loveland, I was surprised. Not at the position. To me, I mean, I know you know much more about the Bears than me, but all the talk was I felt like getting Cade Williams. What's his name? I'm thinking of Cade Cunningham.
Caleb
Williams, not Cade. Caleb Williams, another weapon. And so I was just expecting Warren. When they took Loveland, I was surprised, but not the position for me. But the Bears did. So you thought Loveland and the position was a what are they doing moment?
I did. Coming into that in that draft, or coming into that offseason, I had told you in a previous group chat that we had, I was telling telling one of the members in that group chat, the Bears have got to flip maybe every offensive lineman. They ended up flipping 3 before the draft, and I said, okay, and the draft is where they're gonna get the next one. And we already know there was a guy, Will Campbell, that went to New England. Membu, we did the tape up on him during the offseason. I was really impressed with Membu's tape. James Franklin was really good. The other player out of Georgia, I'm blanking on his name, the defensive player, linebacker. I really liked his tape. So I thought the Bears can improve with any of them players. When they got Colston Loveland, like, okay, it's a little redundancy because
Cole
the Bears already had Cole Kmet, right? Cole Kmet, they just gave him a long-term extension. So I was a little miffed by that. But like I said, he led the team in receiving yards. So not bad at all.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, it worked out. And this year you guys pick it like 25, 26. Yeah. Got to just go a little deeper in the bag. But hey, man, we're going to shout out some of the folks in the live chat real quick. We're going to play the intro. We got a new intro, Pay. I asked you earlier this week to send an updated picture. You said,
I am bated breath waiting to see what picture you all decided to use. Bated breath. I cannot wait to see it.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay, here we go. Shout out to some of the folks in the live chat. What up, Claude? Claude in the building. Thanks for always tapping in, Claude. We certainly appreciate you, man. Joshua Armstead in the building, saying what's up to Pay and myself and everybody else. Mother of Afton, Kathy in the building. Thanks for tapping in, Miss Kathy. We certainly appreciate you. Yo, Jack Bauer, what up? What up, though? As my Detroit folk would say. Shout out to the 313 boys. Mark Cunningham, what up, man? Who else is that? Oh, yeah, Mark and Mark Tobin, the Marks. So shout out to everybody, man. So we'll go ahead and Pay. Let me know what you think about the new intro, man. We'll come back. I'm going to put you in the driver's seat over here, man, and we're going to get into it. Shout out to Brent Howe in the building, man. Here we go, Pay. Everybody, put a comment what you think about the new intro and about the picture we use for Pay since he's waiting with bated breath. Here we go.
Yeah. Friday night. Yeah, you rolling with the homies. Sports talk with a twist. We keep it real only. Ain't talking that baloney. We speaking the facts. Sports news going on. We talking about that. Tate, hay and dirt. We gon' bring the noise. Friday nights are better when you hang with the boys. Yeah, 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 yeah. We the homies.
What do you think, Pay?
You know, I hate iPhones so much.
Why you hate iPhones?
Because iPhone was not allowing me to send you all when you made the request, you said, hey, send me an updated picture. We're updating the intro. I said, all right, I tried to send one and tried to send two actually. And for some reason it kept kicking back. iPhone was not receiving or accepting the photo. So I said, I let you all know I've been having an issue communicating with iPhones all week.
You didn't say that.
So I said, once I let me get to another device and I'm gonna shoot that out to you. So when I did, he's like, we already did it. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, I already knew at that point, like, I'm not gonna like what they did. I already knew it.
Hey, I think it's clever, man. You the wild card.
Yeah, when I took that photo, that was very wild card of me.
Hey, but it fits, man. So we made it work. You know what I mean? I actually sent that with the mod. I didn't know what he was gonna do with it, man, but it worked out. But yeah, man. So a couple people said it's fire. I mean, you know, Mother of Afton, Miss Kathy said it's fire. Mark said it's fire. Oh man, and Pay had a great picture, didn't he, y'all? Hey, if you listen on audio right now, the new intro, Pay's picture. Pay is shirtless in the jacuzzi. We got paper bag Payback. He ain't been around for a long time. Y'all can remember back when he used to come on like Pat McAfee, paper bag Pay McAfee with the with the A shirt, A t-shirt. That's what you call them, because it's PC to call them what we used to call them.
You're right. I think they do call them an A shirt now, or some people call them just deep. They're not really a deep V, but yeah, A shirt works.
Yeah, okay. Tank top tees. Tank top tees.
That's even better. That's more safe.
So yeah, man. Oh man, Pay. Brent said you looking great, man.
He said Gotti.
Oh, boss. Oh yeah. Thanks for helping my old eyes, man. Yeah, okay.
Teflon Pay. I like that. Teflon Pay.
The queen of rightness lets us know it is an A-top. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started, Pay. Like I said, we're going to talk about the wide receiver rooms in the North, and we're going to open it up to whatever topics we talk about in live chat. Participate, ask a question, do something, and here we are. But let's go, Pay.
All right. So, it is that time of the off season where, other than people getting arrested, there is not much news going on in the NFL. So for content creators, we do have to do a little bit of do some recaps, do some roster exploration. And what we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about the receiver rooms for the AFC North. Now, we all know the best receiver room is Cincinnati. We ain't got to talk too much about that. We know they got the dogs of dogs over there, and another really good second wide receiver in T. Higgins. But Tate, I'm gonna ask you, right? Other than that, let's start off right here. Where are you ranking the other three wide receiver rooms in the North? You got the Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cleveland Browns.
So that's what just a division. That's what the Bengals being the clear-cut favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say the Steelers are last, 4. I'd say the Browns are probably 3. And that's because I don't know. I mean, Jerry Jeudy would be the best receiver outside of DK on Pittsburgh, but the fact that the Browns took a gamble on Isaiah Bond, I believe they signed him as an undrafted free agent. He was a talent, but in trouble with University of Texas. Kind of didn't get in trouble for what was alleged, and they picked him up. I think him and Shador Sanders developed somewhat of a little bit of a chemistry towards the end of the year. Cedric Tillman's a big body wide receiver. He's not a separator. He's not really, obviously not a separator, not a burner probably either. But he's a possession receiver, mid. And yeah, so, and then the Ravens, I mean, Zay Flowers has been a Pro Bowler once or twice for sure. Then they had D-Hop, Bateman. He thought enough to pay him. I think he's a solid 3, Bateman. I think B-Hop is probably gone. But they probably have the best tight end room in the AFC North. But just Zay Flowers and Bateman are better than the other receivers, top 2. So I would put Baltimore at 2. How would you rank them?
I would flip Baltimore and Cleveland. I'd actually put Cleveland number 2. Isaiah Bond, and we talked earlier about all the draft workup we did over there at the Frustrated Chicago. Isaiah Bond was high on our list. As we had Isaiah Bond and Luther Burden, who we ended up taking in the second round. He had them neck and neck. Isaiah Bond is really good. He's got all that skill set that you mentioned. He is a burner, and he does have a deeper bag than what Cleveland was able to show. He can run the whole route tree. If it wasn't from the off the field stuff, he would have been a second round pick as well. That's how fortunate Cleveland got. They got a second round player for the minimum. Yeah. Didn't have to use any draft capital, paying them dirt. So I really like him. Outside of that, you got Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, I don't think he's anything special. I think he, like Steve Smith says, just a guy. And I agree, he's just a guy.
He got real upset at that Jerry Jeudy did.
You should. You if someone said, "Hey man, you're not special. You spent your whole life thinking you were special," and then somebody tells you, somebody who's is better than you. Everyone knows better than you.
Still right now, as a retired player,
probably is.
Possibly.
I think DraftKings will actually say make him the betting favorite to whoop his tail too. But anyway,
I definitely believe that.
If somebody go ahead and tell you like, hey man, you're not special, that's gonna hurt. You got to fight back. You gotta, you can't take that right line down. So I feel Jerry on that. But Steve Smith wasn't lying.
Do you? But if you know you're not special, you think he still think he's special?
You can't believe that. You don't make it to that level.
Yeah, you're right.
He was a where did Jerry Jeudy play his ball at? He was in the SEC too. Alabama, right? Yeah. He was a dog at Alabama.
With 2, I believe.
Was he at 2? Was it with 2? Probably.
Yeah.
He probably was. But yeah, he was a dog at Bama. So I know he believes that he got that skill set. He just I believe I know it.
His teammate went right after him, I believe. Jeudy was one of the first receivers taken. He went before Henry Ruggs, who went next. And we know he got in trouble in Vegas, speeding, a vehicular homicide.
Off-season madness.
Yeah. And both of them went before CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you never know. But I'm sorry for cutting you off.
I can assure you that Jerry Jeudy believes that he's just being misused. It ain't because of him. He's just being misused. Okay. That's how you guys think. But yeah, between them 2 players alone and the other guys that got in that room, I would edge them over Baltimore. Baltimore, you got Zay Flowers, as you already said. Zay Flowers got that. He's got a lot of I think he's got all the necessary moves. He's got the sure hands most of the time. He's got the sure hands. And he's definitely got the agility. He's got the makings of a top 20-ish wide receiver. I'm not sure that he would ever reach the potential. I'm not sure the production will ever reach where his skills should lie. As far as Bateman, we know where Bateman is. I think Bateman and I actually think Jerry Jeudy's better than Bateman. So that's. I
think you're probably right with that assessment. He's getting more money, so GM's thought he was better. But yeah, but I mean, Bateman was really good in college. I said, we was talking backstage, I can remember his name, and I said, the dude from Minnesota played for Baltimore. And you were on the Vikings. I said, no, the Gophers, and we figured out Bateman. He was really good in college, man. He was one of the top 5 receivers coming out in his draft, but I feel like he's never panned out to be that guy that he was drafted to be.
Nah, that's just. I think it might just be the DeCosta curse that DeCosta's not that good at picking wide receivers, especially where he should pick him. He picks him a lot in the first round, but Zay Flowers seems to be going to be a solid guy. But as far as those two, I'm still giving that edge to Cleveland. I think Cleveland's got something going there. Now, if they can ever figure it out how to get the ball to these receivers in a particular area where they can do some damage, we might be cooking. So, but let's go back. Let's go to the number 4 team. We both got the Steelers coming in number 4. Calvin Austin and who else?
Calvin Austin's a free agent. I don't think he'll be back. If you ask me who right now is DK Metcalf, that's guaranteed, right?
Mm-hmm.
DK Metcalf and Ben Skoranek. And Ben Skoranek because he's a all pro or special teamer, Pro Bowl special teamer. You know Skoranek from Notre Dame, played for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's probably the 6th receiver, but it's not because he's a receiver, because he's a tremendous special teamer. So those are the 2 guys. Everybody else, Thielen retired. MVS gone, not going to be back. Roman Wilson, don't know. I think he could be talented. Maybe he's not being used correctly, but we're on the street. We know Aaron Rodgers don't like to make use of young receivers. Typically, they're not on the timeline with him, as far as where he wants you to be during the route running, and when he's real detail. Aaron Rodgers is, and Roman Wilson hasn't met that yet. So I think if Aaron Rodgers comes back, which is another story, Roman Wilson could be a potential trade. Calvin Austin, I think we're not going to bring. I don't think we're going to bring him back, but at the very best, he's a 4. So you got DK Metcalf a 1 and Skoranek a 6 is what you got. So also, I wouldn't even say Calvin Austin or none of the other guys.
DK Metcalf, is he the 2nd best receiver in the division?
I would say from a prototypical perspective, right? The 3rd. I mean, I think both Cincinnati receivers are better. So, but I think T. Higgins is a better receiver than DK.
I think both. I think DK and T are overrated, but I don't think T is better than DK. But go on.
Well, I mean, the thing with T. Higgins is he's never got to be a clear number 1. DK has.
I think T has he's had his opportunities. I think he's had his opportunities. I think he's a solid, a very good, back in the day, splitting.
DK is number 2, but then the homie Jack Bauer comes back and says that he agrees with me. And let me tell you why. T. Higgins hasn't had an opportunity to be a number 1 receiver on the team yet. And with that being said, he also benefits from Jamar Chase. So maybe his numbers are a bit elevated because of that. And maybe the fact that DK Metcalf didn't have nobodies, his numbers are depressed, right? I mean, so 2 things can be true. From a numbers perspective, T. Higgins is 2nd best receiver in the AFC North. But from a prototypical perspective and what you've accomplished in the league, I think DK could be number 2. And yeah, it could go either way between those. They're the top 3 with Jamar Chase being number 1 in the North Division.
Here's my thoughts on the 2. I think T. Higgins, he's more tricks in the bag. He runs more of the route tree than DK does. I think DK just got 3 routes. Whereas he's more polished, right? But I don't think T has any explosive in him. Whereas what you would need for a wide receiver 1, he doesn't have the top. I don't believe that you can depend on him to take the top off the defense, a la what Jamar can do, or control the entire defense from a schematics perspective. You're not going to bracket T. If you take Jamar off that team, no one's bracketing him. I'll put my best corner on him, and we'll just fight it out that way. Now, DK, on the other hand, we've seen what they had to do in Seattle. One corner is not going to stop him. When he's playing and Geno is on top of his game, you gotta defend him a different way. You cannot just give him your one quarter because he'll baby him. Even with all the 3 routes that he's good at, the 9, the dig, and the
cross,
dig, and the cross, right? Slant. Them 3 routes, he would destroy any corner. You got to do it. You got to play him. You got to play him straight up as if he was a game-breaking wide receiver. Now, it's parsing hairs because I do think T is more talented, but I don't think T is as the more talent, enough talent. I don't think he's that much more talented than DK, whereas that he's a clear-cut guy that I would take over DK if they both were free agents.
I think if the Steelers could have, I believe the Steelers could have got T. I believe T. Higgins was first on their list last year before the Bengals re-signed him. Now, the Bengals weren't going to franchise tag him and trade him inside the division. So they end up trading for DK Metcalf. But I bet T. Higgins would have been their first choice. And I like DK. I believe some Pittsburgh fans, some of us Steeler fans are too critical of DK, not realizing or understanding that he was depressed for lack of talent anywhere else around him at the wide receiver position. We just said the 2 receivers they have right now are DK Metcalf himself and Ben Skoranek. I mean, Adam Thielen played major tick. MVS played major tick. Them guys were brought in like around week 10. That lets you know how bad the room was.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Gainwell. I mean, I think we're doing a thing where we're blaming the wide receiver room and their lack of, I guess, ability, when we should be also looking at the quarterback and his lack of ability. Kenneth Gainwell was am I lying? Only on a team with those type of limitations with your quarterback, Aaron Rodgers being who he is right now, he had to make Kenneth Gainwell a thing. He had to make a lot of the checkdowns a thing. Now, when you have DK, we already talked about, he's only got 3 routes. He got that 9, he got that deep dig, and he got the slant. You're not gonna really. He's only had one really. Was it 1 or 2 really dominant DK games? And you're not gonna get that much with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers at this present state.
Well,
and
DK. I don't disagree with you, but you don't think part of that is because the lack of some on the other side. So if the guys on the other side getting single, they can't get open by themselves, and DK's getting double, and the guys outside aren't getting open, you got to dump it off to Gainwell. Now, could they have made better use of Fryer move over the middle? I think they could have done that. But the options on the outside with DK being double with a safety over the top sometimes, a lot of times, and the other side, you just man up because you're not scared of Thielen, or you're not scared of MVS or Calvin Austin. You just mug him in the line of scrimmage and push his little ass down. I mean, it was limited.
I don't think that the Steelers suffered from a lack of protection to the point where he had to dump it off. I think he dumped it off because that's where he was going. He felt the brush and he got rid of it to Gainwell. And the other one, Darnell Washington, the big body, he's an easy target. I don't have to do too much. I can just put it up to him. The few times they did throw the ball to him, easy money for him. I just don't think there was much that you can do with what you had coming out of the quarterback. To find DK, you're gonna have to force the ball to him sometimes. He's a big body just like Darnell Washington, and I don't think that he was going to force the ball down the field enough to make DK actually worth it. Well, how much you all paying him now? It's 30 million?
Yeah, DK's going to get 32 this year. It was 5 years, 150s with the totality of the contract.
I don't think the quarterback that you're probably going to have again this year is going to be able to get him the ball in a position for him to produce the numbers that will make that contract worthwhile. So just bring it all back. I do think DK is the second best receiver in the league in this division.
I think
he just needs somebody to help him out.
I think the quarterback, whoever it is, with more talent opposite to him, if you make Roman Wilson or Calvin Austin, somebody in the live chat just said they should keep Calvin Austin. Well, I see enough of Calvin Austin. We can get him in the 4th round again. Another quick speed, fast guy.
They're all over the place.
Yeah, jitterbug. I mean, I'm not paying him $8 to $10 million a year if I can go get a guy out to draft with one of my 12 picks to be that guy. We need another 1 or 2 game-changing receivers. I mean, I'll give you Burrow's a beast no matter who's out there, right? Again, you heard me say this before, and it's been said before. Certain quarterbacks are force multipliers. I believe Burrow is that. Let me ask you this. Is Dak Prescott who he is without CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens on the other side?
Yes. We've seen him. We've seen him put up 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns before CeeDee.
Yeah, no, I have. Like the year he had his second place MVP season, still had DK Metcalf. You had Brandon Cooks, and they had Dalton Schultz, an elite tight end that left to go get paid. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Dak. I believe he's top 10, could even be like top 8 by now, and that's always fluctuating with Dak over the past few years. But now I believe he's cemented himself in the top 10 for sure, with no discussion. Now, where you want to put him in that sliding scale between 10 and 7, that's up for discussion between whoever's talking about it. But I think everybody benefits. I mean, even Matt Stafford, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua. I mean, look, I mean, DK Metcalf, and that's it. So I believe in the Seahawks won the Super Bowl this year. They had to go replace what DK Metcalf left. Now they did right building around JSN though. I mean, obviously Offensive Player of the Year, he broke out, but they were missing that take the top off the defense, which is why they traded for Rashid Shaheed during the season at the trade deadline and brought him in. He was a factor. So I just think Josh Allen is a force multiplier, but as limited as he was, it wasn't because of Josh Allen, it's because of the receivers that he has or lack of that he doesn't have.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So now that we talked about who is in-house for the division, let's talk about how we improve these wide receiver rooms. Draft. I guess we can talk about the draft a little bit later after we do the combine at least. But we know who's available out in the free agent market. Let's talk about that. But let's take a break first, and then we come back and talk about how we can improve those wide receiver rooms. You're watching live, stay seated, staple your butt to that chair. Everybody on audio, we'll be right back.
They're here.
Welcome back, Kata. Who's your favorite sweat hog, Tate? That's like a lot of dead air. You are muted, my boy.
Gosh, I was talking away.
Yeah.
My bad. Let me go ahead and charge it up. Charge it up. Big fine to myself. Swipe the card. But yeah, no, I was saying, you have to, obviously you watched the syndication. If you know one sweat hog, I can't remember any. I remember Welcome Back, Cotter. I remember the people. I can visualize them, but I don't remember
everyone's favorite sweat hog, Vinny Barbarino. Everybody knows. John Travolta. Everybody knows him.
Yeah, no, that was. Now that you said it, yeah, okay. That's who it was.
What was my man's name? I forget his first name, but Washington. That was my favorite for obvious reasons. Yeah, I liked Welcome Back, Cotter. That was one of my favorite shows back when I was staying up past my bedtime. So I'm gonna name some. Well, first, what's the cap situation at Pittsburgh? Let's start with the worst wide receiver room. How much money you got to spend? Freddie Boom Boom Washington. Thanks, Jack Brower.
As of right now, I believe with the bump that the league raised the salary cap, and what the Steelers have going on right now. Now, that's not counting restructures and everything else. But as of right now, I believe they're somewhere between 66 and 67 million with the cap bump.
Wow.
Yeah, we
right,
have
so
a nice piece of change.
How much would you like the Steelers to allocate for the wide receiver room?
From a cost perspective?
Yeah.
Can I give you totality cost and capital? Cost?
Sure.
Cost, I'd give up 18 to 22 per cost for a guy. And capital wise, I'm giving up two of my first 5 picks. And the Steelers have a first, a second, and 3/3.
Okay. So let's stick with the first one. Like, okay, this is how much I really want to pay a wide receiver. Somewhere in that $22 million a year range. Somewhere, not top end, definitely not in that DK range where you're getting over 30 or coming close to that 30. So here's a couple of players. I'm gonna just name some names going in from their previous contract. We got Marquise Brown, previously played for Kansas City Chiefs. Got Juwan Jennings, you know him, San Francisco 49ers. Tutu Atwell and Deebo Samuels. Just those 4 names. Which one you think is a better fit to improve the wide receiver room for the for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, if you ask me and Arthur Smith was still the coordinator, I'd say Deebo Samuels, short term, just because he's a chess piece. Short term, can do a lot of things. Would help replace, be a receiver, probably a 3, but also replace Jonnu Smith, who's going to get cut. That's another $7 million added to what we calculated already. But the fact that we don't, out of the people you named, he's probably my second favorite guy available too, Juwan Jennings. I believe we need another big guy body. I believe we need a chain mover. I believe we need a physical wide receiver that can block, and he had to do that in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan's offense. I mean, I don't think he is the guy, but I think he's a solid number 2 and a high-end number 3, depending on what you do in the draft.
I agree with that. Claude Bishop, he sent us a super chat, $2. He wants to know, are we going to the draft in Pittsburgh this year?
I probably won't make it. I'm pretty sure I won't. We talked about this, myself, Pay, and B Dirt. I got some stuff going to Big G's daughter's wedding here in a few weeks next month in Ohio. Got a wedding to go to in Florida in October. It's wedding season. I got to start. I'm working on a budget here. I'm not big money pay out here in these streets. So
Whoa.
you get the B Falls treatment. Shout out to the Bleachers and Speaker podcast, man. We know B Falls got all that bread pay. You right there with him, if not ahead of him. But yeah, I probably won't make it to Pittsburgh. But it would be like going, if I went to Youngstown, I could stay there and drive over. But I'm probably not gonna make it.
How far is that drive from Pittsburgh to Youngstown?
About an hour.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I am planning to be there in Pittsburgh for the draft. Still working on the logistics. So, but when I know, you will know.
When you said a couple weeks ago, you got to talk to your cousin. You talking about cousin Ash?
Oh yeah, I already threatened her. When I was, Erica's, her sister. Erica's birthday was last weekend. Talking to Erica, I said, "Hey, let Ashley know when I'm in Pittsburgh, I'm looking for her. Me and her gonna settle some differences in the middle of the street."
Hey, Ash can be mean though. You better watch out.
I know. That's why I mess with her. You gonna talk now. So the guys I named here, the guys you zeroed in on is Juwan Jennings. His last contract paid him under $6 million a year. Would you be willing to give him a raise to let's say double it, $12 million a year?
Yeah, I was thinking two for 22 because I said that 18 to 22. But if that's what it took to get it done, I could go 2 for 24.
All right. I got a couple of other names, 3 more. And these guys are higher up on the they got higher name recognition, and they're I don't know if you want to call them force multipliers, but they're better wide receivers, at least going forward. Christian Kirk, Mike Evans, and Tyreek Hill. You adding any of those guys if they're available to the wide receiver room?
No, and no.
I don't think we need any explanation for that.
Mike Evans doesn't fit. He's opposite DK Metcalf. He's not a speed guy. I mean, he can get downfield because he can stack somebody, right? So he can do that, but it could be too much of a cost for redundancy to me. Tyreek Hill, if it's for the cheap, I'd bring him in and see what it looked like, right? But Tyreek, you getting like under 10, you know. Now I don't know how his contractual situation works. If they cut him, if Miami has to pay him some money and he could settle for a lesser deal. But I gotta see what it looked like. Come back off that injury. And who was the other person you said? Evans, Hill,
Christian Kirk.
Oh no. That's why Houston get rid of him. He wasted me. He torched us in the playoffs, but that's because our lack of corner and safety help. But I mean, they were talking about him. Pittsburgh traded for him during last year and the year before. I don't want no parts of Christian Kirk. I need 6'2", 210. I need 6'3", 6'4". I need that guy on the other side. I don't need like 5'10". I don't need that.
So what you're saying is what the Pittsburgh Steelers need, most importantly, they need somebody to take the roof off the defense. They need somebody in that frame of mind. Okay. I'm gonna look at that. Let's go to the third team.
We're one of them. I mean, I know exactly who I want. You haven't said his name yet.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
No, it's more Calvin Lawson. He eating empty calories. He eating on a bad team where Malik Neighbors got hurt. I don't need that.
I think Wan'Dale's a little bit. I think he
might be a little jitterbug still. I just said I don't want Calvin Lawson back because of that reason.
Okay. Wan'Dale's like 6'2", isn't he? I think he
is. We're like 5'9", 5'10".
Let me look at this.
Okay, Tate. I'm sorry, you're right.
Let me see this. Well, they don't have his. Oh, we'll get to that later. He might be 5'10". I thought he was taller than that. But all right, let's. Who's the guy you're thinking about?
Wan'Dale is 5'8", 185.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang, I thought he was taller than that. Well, I mean, that's why he played in the slot. I see.
Yeah, and he's a quick little jitterbug. You know what I mean? So I get it, but no, I want Romeo Doubs out of Green Bay.
Him and his the bobblehead possession receiver.
Yeah,
okay,
the big padded helmet. I don't like it either, but if you know, it's safety. I can't be mad at safety or put a knock on. So that would be PC also. You know,
it's a good job.
I mean, back in the day, we get our bell rung and just go take some smelling salt, get right back out there. But it's not like that no more.
Nope.
So we go sit out for a month and put on a padded helmet and come back. So I got it. But no, I like him a lot, right? I think he's exactly what the Steelers need. He can play in the slide, he can play outside. He's 6'2", like that 210. Now, to me, that's the perfect fit. Opposite DK, and you spend a second or third round pick in the draft for whatever, the other guy is, then boom, you got DK, you got Dobbs, you got Roman Wilson if Aaron Rodgers is not back, and you got the new guy, and you got Skoranek, and then, you need one more wide receiver, but you have your training camp. You see what happens with that last spot. But yeah, so my order for the Steelers, Romeo Doubs, Jawan Jennings. I know Big G likes Alec Pierce. And I think he's going to cost a little more. I think he's up in the 22 million per. That's what he's going to get in redundancy. Also with DK, he's another one of those big bodies that really is only good at the post route, sideline down the field. I know he can do a little bit of other stuff, but that's his main thing. That's where he eats at.
Oh yeah, he makes a lot of contested catches along that sideline, especially dealing with the quarterbacks he's had to play with in Indianapolis. They're always going to be contested catches. But yeah, I agree with you about Romeo Doubs, especially old school football mentality with the smelling salts. Yeah, it's something about I just love the smell of napalm in the morning. So all right, let's move on to the third team. in that division. So either one. Let's start with Baltimore. Same guys. I'm gonna run out the same guys. Alec Pierce, Jawan Jennings, Romeo Dobbs.
Christine said reminds her of Spaceball talking about Romeo Dobbs' helmet. And real quick,
definitely.
Mark said Dobbs might be our only option in free agency, but if they want him, they better strike fast. Yeah, no, I think Spot Track says he's estimated valued at 12 to 14 per. So could you get him at 2 for 26? I'd go above my little market and pay that.
If
that'd be the top end.
If you bring back Aaron Rodgers, you have an end to get Romeo Dobbs. I'm just put that out there.
See, and even there, just since you said it, I mean, I liked what Aaron was able to do last year, but it's time to rip that Band-Aid off. I want Malik Willis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. Not nobody in the draft this year. I mean, my fix is get Malik Willis, pay him 2 years, 40. You know what I mean? If he doesn't look good,
2 years, 40.
Okay, well, I'd even go. You don't think 2 years, 40?
He's probably going to be he's probably going to command just because of the quarterback market right there. You're going to have him, Tua, and Kyler Murray out there, right?
And who already got contracts?
Yeah, they already got contracts. They'll probably get cut. I don't think nobody's going to trade for them. So because of his age and because of
he's about the same age as Kyler Murray, though.
But he's not. But he's also not coming off. He's also not hitting the free agency on bad terms. You know what I'm saying? So his market is a little higher than both of those other two guys. I think he's going to get upwards of 30 mil a year.
Oh, I can see that pay because Sam Darnold got 30 mil, and I was listening to somebody. They said somewhere between Justin Fields, who got 20, Sam Darnold got 30, somewhere in between. So if 2 for 50 could get it done. Because he still got to audition. Now, what are you willing to pay him to audition? 25 is a steal for a quarterback. I think he would take 50 million and play. And then if it don't look right next year, then you still use your draft in 27 and get one of those guys and get it off his contract the very next year. And now you got a cheap rookie guy. Now you're back to not paying the quarterback all the money again. And 25 million is not a lot of money for a quarterback. I think the Steelers, once he met off his incentives this year, Aaron Rodgers got almost about 19 million a year once they made the playoffs, won a division and all that stuff. We end up paying him almost 20 million a year. So let's not act like that's a lot. And you're not paying Will Howard. Mason Rudolph stage, you're not paying him. You pay Malik Willis 25. Mason makes 29. Will Howard probably makes under $1 million. You're looking at a $30 million quarterback room for all your quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talking numbers. I love talking numbers. And just so everybody's clear, it is business. It's nothing personal, Sonny. Strictly business. All right. Now let's hurry up and let's get to those Baltimore Ravens. I'm gonna get the same wide receivers. We've got Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Debo, Tutu Atwell, all the rest of the guys that we already talked about. I think just for where the Baltimore Ravens are and for what they need, a guy like Tyreek Hill would be. It would be a tremendous boom fall for them to have that type of talent on their roster. And he's a Florida guy too, right? And they got a lot of Florida guys on that roster, most namely Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Where they should stop is the last time we seen Tyreek Hill, his knee was pointing in the opposite direction. Don't need that. And I think Tyreek Hill was starting to fall off before the injury. So
yeah, I think was he falling off or was Tua falling off? I mean,
it was Tyreek. He was slower. Now Tua, I never, we can have another sidebar on Tua, but I think most of us messed up with our scouting of Tua. Like, man, we got that wrong. But anyway, Tyreek Hill, he's seen better days. He's he'd be 31 this season. So when he comes, if he's healthy, let's just with that caveat out there. If he's healthy after coming off a disastrous looking injury, What type of return on investment do you think you can get? You said you want to get him in the door for $10 million. I don't think he's going to take $10 million. For one. For two, he left a dynasty because he wasn't what was he, top 3 in targets in the league? He wasn't number 1 in targets, and he left a dynasty because of that. He go to Miami and he, does more of his BS, and now here we are. I don't think I want that in my locker room. That can't have it. Can't have it whatsoever. In fact, before we even get too far, everything we've seen out of Tyreek Hill and where we think where he's going with his talent, he's basically asking you a favor to take him on. And as we all know, Mr. Corleone never asks a second favor when he's been refused the first one. Can't do it.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, if he asks him to pay him for more than 10, he's doing him a favor. Now, he a $10 million lottery ticket. He worth that to me. You want more than that, Tyreek. To me, it's not even the best fit. I mean, getting the Florida boys back together, right? Him, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry's from Florida too, isn't he?
I'm not sure.
I think he is. I'll look it up. But to me, the best fit for that, what Lamar Jackson needs, opposite with Zay Flowers, he needs Mike Evans. Mike Evans needs to go either to Baltimore or Buffalo. Those guys, those MVP quarterbacks need Mike Evans for 2 years at $40 million because he's getting older. Maybe 2 for $50. That's small money for a wide receiver. A number 1.
Yeah. A Mike Evans type of wide receiver in Baltimore would be amazing. He can high point. Mike Evans is, if Mike Evans does one thing great, he catches touchdown passes. And he catches touchdown passes at the top of the route, zenith type catch, high point type catches. And Lamar Jackson knows how to put them balls up their top. So, I mean, that would be a dramatic improvement for the wide receiver room for him. You let Zay Flowers take the top of the defense, and you got Mike Evans working in the deep middle. It can be hell to pay. And now that they're not running so much 12 personnel, going to be out there next season. So could be decent. Let's go over to Cleveland. Cleveland with Isaiah Bond, Jerry Jeudy, and some other guys. What do you think?
Cedric Tillman.
And Cedric Tillman. I like Cedric Tillman. What do you think they can improve at with some of the guys that's out there available?
Well, with what they have, Isaiah Bond, we talked about him. I like him a lot. I think Jerry Jeudy's a clear number 2. I mean, ideally for Cleveland, and this is who I would want to draft with Pittsburgh if he falls to within the top 14, I'll trade up to get him because I believe Tate and Mekhi Lemon are going in the top 10. If we can get Jordan Tyson, but I think Jordan Tyson would be perfect for Cleveland from a fan base perspective. The fact that they need him, he's a separator. He doesn't have the burning speed, but he's the route runner because you got Isaiah Bond that has speed on that side. Jerry Jeudy has long speed. I mean, you need somebody that can work the intermediate routes, the middle, put pressure on the defensive backs with the route running. And the big part, Tyson will be reuniting with his brother, Cleveland Cavalier, Jordan Tyson. The brothers in Cleveland. I like it.
I think the thing they need in the wide receiver room in Cleveland is maturity. You need a vet presence there. You need somebody who can, and this is with the assumption that Shedeur Sanders is going to be their quarterback coming out of training camp. You need someone who understands a quarterback, who can help them mature. You probably also need somebody who's going to stick closer to the line of scrimmage and can make some things happen. Ergo, I'm looking at Mr. Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel, he's been there, done that. He's what, 30? Yeah, he's 30. He's 30 years old. He won't cost that much after flaming out in DC. He runs another guy.
Did he flame out? You don't think he had a decent season? He did get to play with Jaden Daniels. I mean, I don't think his last year with the Commanders was better than his last year with the 49ers.
That's fair. I don't think they got what they was looking for out of them. It might not be. It might not be anything to do with what he did. It just didn't work out for him. And to your point, some things that may be true or may not be true. It all depends on the man who believes it the most. Debo is just like DK. They don't run a lot of routes, right? Debo runs a drag route, he runs a dig, and that's about it. And you can put him in the backfield. You can put him all over the field.
He's good at the wide receiver screen too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that's not running the route, but he's good at that.
Those are 3 routes that a young quarterback loves. Those are 3 routes that a young quarterback who might struggle with completion percentage will love. Those and his type of experience can help mature Isaiah Bonds. And even though Jerry Jeudy's a vet, ain't nobody listening to him.
I mean, are you listening to Debo though? I mean, wait, let's put some respect on Debo. Debo went from the 49ers, perennial contenders, not pretenders, to the Commanders, where they were just leaving the NFC Championship game the year before, and Jaden Daniel got hurt. I mean, does Debo want to go to the Browns? I could see Debo being an improvement in Buffalo too.
Oh yeah, I mean, all these guys can go to ready-made situations, and if
Debo could go to Buffalo for 2 years, $25 million, or go to Cleveland for 2 years, $30. Where you going?
I'll go to Buffalo. I mean, I don't even need the money is irrelevant. I go to Buffalo.
Right. So a guy. So then there's no discussion about him going to Cleveland. To me.
Well, no, but Cleveland's got a lot of pizzazz
that's
right
when
now.
You started.
They got a lot of pizzazz. I mean, I say pizzazz right now because of Shedeur Sanders. They're hot in the streets. So a lot of free agents, they want to be cool with Shedeur. They want to do the thing with the watch and all that other stuff. They might want to check Cleveland out. Now Cleveland does have a bad rap, but they got Shedeur right now. So money time.
So you saying Shedeur got the LeBron James effect in Cleveland, where make people want to come to Cleveland who otherwise wouldn't go play in Cleveland. Shedeur make people want to come play in Cleveland.
All they got to do is say Shedeur is the quarterback of the future. That's all they got to do, and you will have. Next day they're gonna start selling out tickets. They're gonna start selling out merch, and they're gonna start getting free agents. I mean, that's just how things go. Everybody has their little time in the sun.
Hey, will Tyreek need a year to get healthy? I mean, I don't know if he comes back at the beginning of the season. I think he'll play next year. What have you heard, Pat?
I don't think he'd be ready by training camp. I think he might be ready. I think let's say a team signs him. He's definitely starting the season on the PUP list, right? So the PUP list, you got till what, week 6?
I think
or
so.
Or week 4? Yeah, one of them weeks. That's when I can expect to see Tyreek. Now, depends who's going to sign Tyreek. I don't think anybody's going to really take a flyer on him without getting some clear health data from him. And I don't think, just based on the way his season ended, the way that leg looked, I wouldn't. I'm not signing him. Don't even call me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, somebody will do it, but they won't do it for big money. That's why I say you got to go somewhere on the cheap. I mean, could he get paid one more 2-year contract if he has a good comeback season? He could. One more 2-year contract where he could probably get $40 million for his last 2 years of his career. He could do that. Mm-hmm. But first, you got to show improve, though.
You're right. All right. Last team in the division, the number 1 wide receiver room. If it could get better, let's see if we can make it a better in a way that it fits. They're the top of the mountain. The Cincinnati Bengals. They got Ja'Marr Chase. Got T. Higgins. That whole hill smells like victory. We're gonna have to try to make the rich get richer over there. So we already took Mike Evans off the board. We took you took Juwan Jennings and Romeo Doubs. leaving who's left? Greg, Christian Kirk, Tyreek Hill, Marquise Brown. Oh, let me just throw some names. Alec Pierce.
Hey,
Allen.
you got as you say these names, you got to think about they're already paying their wide receiver $70 million.
They are already paying these guys a lot of money. So you're right. Let me go to the cheaper guys. Let me scroll a little bit.
You say Pierce, we're about to spend $90 million in the wide receiver room, but yeah,
you're right. Sterling Shepard, Kendrick Bourne, Braxton Berrios, Rondale Moore, John Mitchie. Any of these guys be an improvement to Cincinnati?
Well, I like the third receiver. What's the kid's name? Isiovach, that guy. I like him.
I'm not going to mess it up. I know who you're talking about.
The kid from Princeton. But
how about this? How about this? You know this guy, Van Jefferson.
No, he's washed. I'm surprised he went somewhere last year, got a contract. I was going to say John Mechie. I mean, we're asking to be a 3 or 4 receiver, a 3 or 4. He was a second-round pick, I believe, that, was injured when he got to Houston. They got rid of him before he could get fully healthy. I mean, I could see him being a slot receiver or a 4th option because I believe they cut the kid Burton, the kid that was talented but always in trouble like some of these YNs are. You know what I mean? So I feel like somebody like Mechie could be a fit.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Cheap potential contract, second-round talent, and playing with a better quarterback and playing with Higgins and Chase on the field, you can eat.
I think there's a little bit of redundancy in the skill set between Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins. I just think Ja'Marr is a lot more explosive, obviously. So what you would need for somebody new coming in, you need either somebody who's a big body who can catch tough passes over the middle, like the guy is your Sofas or whatever his name is, somebody like that, or somebody can take the top off the defense so Ja'Marr Chase can be wide open, 20 yards down the middle of the field.
Can we call my man Jamar like Lamar?
Not Jameer. That's what I've been. Jamar. Oh, my bad. Jamar Chase. Somebody with those type of skill sets, either a burner or somebody who's a old school possession receiver. And just going through the list, is possession receiver still a thing? There's no more Anquan Boldens, are there?
Probably not just those raw tough guys that are, just purely stick movers. No, Diddy. First, the chain movers. Movers. Not like Anquan Bolden and some of those guys, I can't even think of one. Can you think of one?
No, not at all. I think the guys who have the profile to be like a tough receiver, they also have other skill sets that makes you take them out of that conversation. Like DK.
Hey, Brown.
If DK wasn't as fast as he was, he would be an old school possession receiver.
Right. But he doesn't do well with contested catches. And I guess old school guys caught with their body a lot versus now training dictates that you catch with your hands more. So I think there's much more pure hand catchers this century than it was the century before. But,
true.
My thought.
A guy like Khalif Raymond could look good in Cincinnati. For those, he played in Detroit the last few years. He kind of a poor man's Amon-Ra St. Brown, but also he can get down. He's got sneaky speed, sneaky fast. So I'm like,
I like him in the slide. Plus he contributes in the special teams return game.
He's a decent blocker too, real decent blocker. I like the way that could fit out for them. But as you started that part off, they are paying their wide receiver room a lot of money already. So whoever could come in there and improve that team, they got to do it for the cheap. And usually what you get on the cheap, it ain't too much. Let's see. All right. So those are the wide receivers. You spoke about this a little bit earlier, the quarterback situation that you have in Pittsburgh. Do you want to briefly touch back in that, or?
It's a lot of talk right now. Aaron Rodgers was coming back now. Some out there saying in the media sphere that word is he's going to retire. If he retires, that makes it easy. Just like it made it easy getting a new coach when Mike Tomlin stepped down. Aaron Rodgers steps down and forces Pittsburgh to rip the Band-Aid off. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing a show about this on Tate's Take this Wednesday. I'm going to talk about revisiting the 22 NFL draft where Kevin Colbert took Kenny Pickett, and we all thought, and Mike Tomlin was a huge fan of DK Metcalf. Malik Willis. So I'm going to talk about how that potentially set us back. Let's look at where Malik Willis is now. Where's Kenny Pickett at now? Malik Willis only has 6 career starts, Pay. That's the only thing I have about paying him $25 million a year, man. I mean, he looked good in the start, but it's a small sample size. I mean, like Justin Fields last year got 2 for 40, right? And he went to the Jets and didn't do well, but he went to the Jets. And I feel like he came off a career starting 3 years in Chicago and had played well in Pittsburgh. He had 6 starts his 1 year in Pittsburgh and went 4-2. Malik Willis has 6 career starts. And we talking about it's going to take $250 minimum. Ooh, but yeah, okay. That's my highest offer though. 2 years at 50, highest offer. But if Aaron Rodgers don't come back, I say bring in Malik Willis, roll with Will Howard. I mean, not roll with him, but let them compete. Because let's not forget when Russell Wilson was drafted that year, the Seattle Seahawks signed Matt Flynn in free agency for him filling in for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Looked really good. Gave him a big $40 million contract, and Russell Wilson beat him out, and the rest is history. So if you bring in a guy for 2 years, yeah, you're taking a gamble. Yeah, you want him to be the guy and carry it forward. But if Will Howard just beats him out and you're paying cheap for Will Howard, you go ahead and pay Will Howard, even though you're paying Malik Willis because your quarterback room is still cheap. Yeah, you're playing Malik Willis for a $25 million backup, but Will Howard's only making $1.5 million, and he's the best guy you playing. Then you got your guy and you get off Malik Willis the following year. That's how I look at it. But I need somebody to come compete. I don't need an old guy. I don't need a recycle, though. My choice after that would be Kyler Murray, probably. And I'm willing to trade a 5th-round pick for Anthony Richardson, but nobody seems to want that. Not that I think he can come be the starter next year. I think you can get him for a year, see what he looks like in your room with Mike McCarthy as his quarterback guru. Let's not forget Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick who came in the league with, not necessarily a pure running profile, but a power runner, a quarterback that could run before he hurt his leg. And Mike McCarthy helped develop Dak into what he is. So if Mike McCarthy can do that, I got to see what it looked like as far as the Steelers quarterback room.
I think you've seen enough out of Malik Willis, though, right? Not Malik Willis. I'm sorry. What's his name? Anthony Richardson. I don't think you want to even mess with that.
A 5th-round pick, Pay. He's a 5th overall pick, 6'4", 225, 4'5", 40. I'm glad you're sitting with pants on. But a 5th-round pick, I'm seeing what it looked like, man. I mean, I am. The talent. I mean, now I could cut him in. I wasted a 5th-round pick. No big deal. Your 5th-round pick might get cut anyway.
But you don't have that much room in your quarterback room for projects. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna spend anything on a guy, I want to actually have a plan for him, and that's just where I'm at with it.
I get that. I mean, the plan would be QB3. If you draft a quarterback in the 5th round, what's he going to be on your team?
If I don't, okay, so I think Anthony Richardson is going to be out the league. So I don't think there's much hope. He didn't get that much development in college.
He didn't. That's why I thought they overpicked him.
Yeah.
I mean, well, then you know what? And I've heard this because he played for Mike McCarthy 1 year, and McCarthy likes him. Give me Trey Lance then. Bring Trey Lance in.
So, with that said, if the
not
NFL
as a
isn't
starter,
place,
everybody, not as a starter, just as somebody
no.
in the room to see what it can develop into.
With that said, though, but NFL is not for. It's not for not training. Not the word I'm looking for. What the word I'm looking for is development. Right. Guys are getting paid way too much, and there's not that many roster spots. If he's gonna be on a squad, you gotta have a defined role, and he's not gonna be the starter. So you got to be a competent backup. I don't think he's either one.
But he's talented. He was a first round pick, and he's a first round pick based off his attributes, not what, because he played at South Dakota State, right? I mean,
two attributes. He has a cannon arm,
yeah,
and he's fast. He's not gonna be much fast. The speed thing is about to leave him in a second because of the injuries, and he got that eye injury too. So he was already. No,
I'm on the Trey Lance now. You talking about
Trey Lance is already out the league. He's gonna stay out the league.
I want to see it. I mean, for the third quarterback to bring into camp, let me see what it looks like. Because man, that's how it is when you need a quarterback. Man, you keep taking shots till you hit one. So I mean, I know what Mason Rudolph is. Mason Rudolph making $4 million. Would I rather pay Trey Lance $2 or $3 million? Yeah, I would. And if we stink because we got rid of Mason Rudolph, we get a high pick next year and we go get our quarterback. My thoughts.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. All right. So I think we could call it there, Tate. What do you have the Combine show coming up on Sunday with Know-It-Alls. Everybody, make sure you check that out. Tate, what else you got for that?
Man, myself, Mod, and G are just going to be talking about, because the Combine starts Monday, right? So we'll be talking about leading up to the Combine, different players that we like, answering questions. Big G and Mod watching all 22. I got access to it. I haven't looked at it one time. You know what I mean? I'm much more of a highlight guy and reading up and drawing my own. But, some guys can get in there and watch the film. I could too. I got other stuff going on. I just don't commit all the time to that. They football junkies. I'm a football knower because I know it all. Ask me about anything else. I bet they don't know about some of the stuff I know, but they know more about the all 22 than I do, definitely. And college football for both them guys. Shout out to the fam. But yeah, man, that's it for the weekend. Just the Know-It-Alls is the next thing I'll be doing. And then Monday night, we come back with the NBA Weekly Show. I do with your folk from Frustrated Chicago, Sports Life and Hip Hop, and the post game podcast, the Detroit Homies. That's on Monday for me. Check out on Monday also Big G's Level Up, and Big G got a new show coming called Minister Yens, the Pittsburgh Steelers show. We'll be playing on Mondays. So yeah, just get ready for that. Then next week, obviously, Tate's Take, Big G's Burner, Jag 2G. Wednesday's my busy day, man. I got Tate's Take. Then the evening, I got Smash the Gas, Pump Your Brakes. Then Coast to Coast with my homegirl, Devin, in the building. It's been doing fun doing that show with her. So yeah, just tap into the Know-It-Alls all week, man. Check us out. Even if you don't watch, come, hit the notification button, hit on the podcast on your device, and hit the like button. We certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm definitely tapping into the Combine stuff so I can steal some of your all's draft notes because I am behind on all that. But yeah, so Frustrated Chicago, as he already said, the NBA show on Monday. Definitely, I missed that out. 2 hours of powerful basketball. Coming down the stretch. All-Star weekend is over, so start getting your feel in so you can be well informed when playoff starts in a little bit more than a little under 2 months. Other than that, baseball's back. Spring training games have kicked off. World Baseball Classic is about a week and a half away. Got to check that out too. We'll be covering all bases of pun intended, covering all bases over there at the Frustrated Chicago for 2 baseball teams. So definitely want to not miss any of that as well.
We supposed to have a new baseball pod playing too. They probably, I mean, I don't know, it's up to what you guys decide, but we have one of your personalities, the boy Ricky Suede, in the building. We got a new baseball pod we're going to be doing once a week, I believe, called Swingers. How about that name, man? Yeah, we're going to just keep you up to date on everything going on in baseball from a Reds, Tigers, and Mets perspective. Yeah, you can't let him do your baseball shows. You know, he's not talking about the Cubs like that. But we're going to talk about baseball in general, though. So, you know, I believe sometime the end of March, right before the regular season gets started, opening day, we're going to be tapping in for our first episode of that. Is the plan. But I'm excited about baseball season, Pay. I know you probably are too, because I think the NL Central this year will come down between the Reds and the Cubs. I really do.
Yeah, that's it. That's those 2 teams. Pirates might be a little bit better too this year. Sneak in.
They'll be better. The Cardinals will be better, and Milwaukee will fall off a little bit.
No, the Cardinals and Milwaukee are going to be in the basement. I think it's between, as you said, Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's an 80-some-odd win team this year, and got the Cubs, and I think the Pirates might mess around and they might flirt with 80. I can see them, you know, fighting for a final wild card spot. I wouldn't be surprised, especially you got all these other teams getting rid of payroll. So Pittsburgh might back in. Let me not say back in, but they might sneak in to the playoffs.
It could happen. They got better.
Mm-hmm.
They got better.
Got to do something before they have to get rid of that pitcher.
Yeah. They signed him to arbitration for big money, but they got control for a few more years now, don't they, though?
Just a few more. But you never know how this supposed lockout / strike is going to affect that. So never know.
Right. All right, man. That's it. I got a new outro here for us too.
All right. Rest in peace, Robert Duvall.
Definitely, man. Classic actor. Your favorite Robert Duvall movie, real quick. He's so
easily Godfather.
Oh, see, that's low hanging fruit. I feel like.
Well, I mean,
yeah, no.
I'll take away. I'll take out Godfather. It's not really a Robert Duvall movie. That's more of a Pacino, Marlon Brando thing.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'll take that out. I was about to say Network, but that's not really one of his movies either. There's Apocalypse Now. There's what was it? Open Range. I love Network, man. Pursuito. What was that? Pursuito, my fault. That was a good one too. So many, but yeah, rest in peace.
I mean, he played a major role in the movie Colors.
Colors, that's what I was thinking about.
He played I like his character in John Q. But my favorite Robert Duvall movie, and it's kind of I don't know how well. I don't think it did well. It's one of my favorite movies, though. It would be in my top 30 movies. I watch it all the time whenever I catch it on. The Judge with Robert Downey Jr.
Good call.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot. But with that being said, we out till next Friday. You'll see B Dirt in place of Pay next week, and we'll still be in here with the homies. We'll get it done, and then the reemergence of Pay the following week, which will be the first Friday in March. And B Dirt will probably be going. Well, he'll be going because B Dirt. You going out to Vegas too for March Madness?
That's second to last weekend of March. I might. We'll see.
You're going to Vegas and then Pittsburgh for the draft the following month. See now, B Dirt going to Vegas, but he's gonna be at home in Pittsburgh when it's time for the draft. So
we'll see, man.
It's tough. I got to make business decisions, so I already know I ain't going to the draft. But with that being said, everybody, thanks for tapping in on a Friday night. From myself and Pay, we out. Thanks for tapping in. Peace.
Yeah, we the homies, yeah.